Today I'm going to show you how to make a worm bin for composting inside your house. So let me show you first. Gotta get a bin, of course. And I'm going to tell you how I've found it to be most helpful for, or the best way to do it for me. And I've tried a couple other YouTube videos to see how they've done it, and this has turned out to be the best way for me to have this worm bin and for my worms. Need a bin. So this is the bin I'll be using, and usually comes with a lid. Make sure you have the lid. I have an extra bin just for mixing the materials before putting it into the bin that you're going to have your worms. You need some compost that you're going to, some kitchen scraps that you'll want to compost. You'll want some peat moss. So make sure it doesn't have any extra chemicals or fertilizer in it. You just want your standard peat moss. Just some topsoil. Any soil will do. Grab it from your garden, doesn't matter. I have found that using shredded paper works very well. Get yourself some, or make yourself some shredded paper. And then lastly, you're gonna need some water. So just get a little bit of water, and then we'll start putting this together. All right, first what I like to do is put a layer. I have my assistant over here who's gonna help me too. You can help me. We're gonna put a layer of peat moss at the bottom of this bin, about 1.5 inches or so. All right, help me with this. Throw it in. I try to keep the dust down, so we don't try to throw it too much. Keep going, keep going. That just keeps the bottom from getting too wet. One more, that's good. Okay. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a bin full of our paper. Throw that in there. Maybe a little bit more. That's good. Throw that in there. And we're gonna do. We can put a little bit more in there. And then what we'll do is put a little bit of peat moss again. Ellie, want to grab some peat moss?
Thank you.
Yep. Keep putting it, yep, keep going. More.
More.
Yep. Okay, that's about maybe a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
2 more big handfuls.
1, 2.
Great. And then we're going to put just some soil in there too. Sprinkle that around. Put a couple scoops of that. Go ahead. More. More. Give me another couple scoops here. Let me see. I just want to get. You need the soil in there so that it just I don't know. Someone said something about it being chemically balanced to be able to, for the worms to produce good compost for us. So that's, it's a pretty good ratio there. Then I add just a little bit of water. So we're just going to add just a little bit of water here. And what you're trying to shoot for is the soil, or the environment that they're going to live in, is going to be like a wet sponge. Okay? A damp sponge. So, and then we're going to just kind of move this around so you can see the peat moss really absorbs a lot of that water, which is good. but we still want it to be just like a wet sponge. Oops. Kind of turn it over. Get this mixed up. Go ahead, you can help out here, Ellie. Is that like a wet sponge, or we need more?
Wet sponge.
Get close. Absorb some of that water on the bottom. Move it around.
I think are the worms in here.
No, they're right over here by me. All right, so that's pretty good. You can kind of see it's pretty damp. I might add a little bit more once you put it into the bin, but that's pretty good. So kind of caking together just a little bit, but not dusty like it was. And I find after you put compost, or excuse me, after you put the kitchen scraps in there, the kitchen scraps really have a lot of moisture. And I don't add any more liquid. I've just been using just the kitchen scraps in my bin inside the house for today, and it's been fine. I have enough moisture just from the kitchen scraps alone after you kind of get it going. So this is enough. So now these are our worms here. This is from my other bin. You can see this is pretty good soil we've got going there. Lots of worms. I'm just transferring some, I'm splitting the bin so I get hopefully double the amount of worms by the time we start putting these worms into the garden. So it's really some really good soil right now even. And you can see all the worms we got in there.